The Children's Museum of the Lowcountry is not only dedicated to supporting childhood development, it's also dedicated to supporting the families who love and guide them. They're highlighting an online community of parents across the state, all sharing ways to overcome struggles and connect with their kids. We're joined today by President and CEO of the Children's Museum, of course, Karen Coltrane, and the founder of Dads Esquire, Matthew Korn. Welcome to you both.
Thank you. Thanks.
Karen, usually it's just you today, but you've brought Matthew
Every
today.
now and then I bring a friend, right?
I love
it. That's right. And so today I wanted to highlight, and just for a little context, you know, the Children's Museum, if you come in the museum, like you said, we're really, half our audience are parents and caregivers. So we have language all throughout every room that tells parents what children are learning, how they can extend the learning. So this is really an extension of that. Whenever I come across someone who's doing something really cool with parents and supporting parents, I want to elevate that. So I really wanted y'all to meet Matt Korn, who's a South Carolina dad, 4 children, and he's a big Children's Museum user. We love that. Probably got memberships to all of them here in the state. And at any rate, Matt has started something so cool, and I thought you'd want to know about it.
Absolutely, Matt. You know, having 4 kids, I know, is a lot. My mom grew up, you know, having 5 kids, me being one of them, and so I know it's a lot of work to watch all of them, but it's also a time where you got to take time for yourself too and connect with other dads. So tell me about the online community you started.
That's great. We say it's a lot of energy in our house. We got 10, 7, 4, and 2, and it's a lot of energy. So. I'm a practicing attorney. I work at a big law firm, big national law firm in Columbia, South Carolina. And having 4 kids, I've had a lot of people come to me and say, how do you manage this very demanding legal career, and how do you manage being a dad at the same time? And I said, well, less sleep is the easy answer. But I wanted to dive a little deeper on that and become a better dad myself. And so I started looking for resources and realized there wasn't a lot out there for dads. There's a lot of resources, some great organizations for moms, including lawyer moms. There's a group called Mothers Esquire. But I didn't find anything for lawyer dads in particular. So I decided to create an online community. We launched January 1st. And since then, since January, we've already got about 150 members, 32 states and 5 countries around the world already.
That's
so
amazing.
It's grown really quickly and been really amazing.
I think it's really important for dads to connect. You know, they do a lot, you know, in their everyday basis. I know my dad stays busy all the time, but it's really nice to be able to relate to other dads who are going through, like you said, kind of same situations with a lot of kids, a very busy job that keeps you occupied. Why do you feel as this is important for dads to be able to come and connect with others?
Yeah, sure. So, you know, and we have resources on the community. We have a dad law resource library with blogs and podcasts, but I think the most important thing in the community for me is it being a community. And so we do twice a month Zoom meetings where we get together and we talk about dad things and just what are the challenges, what are the struggles, and it's been really cool to see these dads just open up. It's not always common for guys to open up, but like we had a Zoom meeting last week and 10 guys are on the Zoom meeting just talking about this is really tough stuff. You know, my kids are sick, trying to get that brief done and filed in court, and that's been really rewarding for me to see that. So that's the most important part to me is the community aspect where we're connecting. I think community's always been important to me, but having that light bulb moment in your head that, hey, maybe I'm not the only one that's struggling with this. We had that last week too, just a guy with a 6-week-old child, and we were talking about just as a dad, when you have a new baby, sometimes you feel kind of like useless is the term, or like just the mom's doing more of the work and you want to help out, but you just don't know what to do. And so he was like, it's cool to see another dad acknowledging that and recognizing it, because I feel that I just didn't realize anyone else felt that way.
Yeah, I'm sure you give lots of great advice too. And I feel like dads, you know, when they hear advice at first, they're like, okay, yeah, like I understand, but when it really comes into reality and they use that advice in their everyday life, they're like, wow, like this really helps. So I know a lot of dads may be watching right now and they want to be a part of this. So how do they come and get to be with you and all of the other dads who are going through this?
Sure. So we have a website. It's dadesq.com. to join the actual community, we host it on Mighty Networks, which is kind of a community platform. So the website for that is dadesq.mn for mightynetworks.co. So that's if you're a lawyer, and actually we have everybody from law students. We have several law students who have kids, and I don't know how you do law school and have kids. That's a lot. And so, but we have everything from law students to lawyer granddads. I had somebody say, I'm a granddad now, and I said, I'm pretty sure you're still a dad, too. So you're welcome to join. And then we have anyone with a JD, basically. You've graduated law school. We have people who are practicing in private practice, government, nonprofits, and people that have left the traditional practice of law to do other things with their law degree. So anyone in that, in the range of, if you're a lawyer and you're a dad, or you're about to be a lawyer if you're in law school, then you're welcome to join us. And we'd love to have more people. The goal is to get really big and to have in-person meetups and all sorts of cool stuff.
Yeah, this is amazing. Karen, you need to bring Matthew again.
I know. Well, that's right. Well, I had a moment after Matthew and I kind of talked about doing this, and I walked through the museum probably a couple Saturdays ago, and every parent or caregiver in the grocery store area was a dad.
Wow.
There were no moms at that moment. At that moment in time, I actually snapped a pic because I was like, I see dads all the time, and we love our dads that come to the museum. They're great. They get down and play. That was why we put the golf in, because we knew that would help bring dads out a little bit if they're not quite sure what to do in a children's museum. I had one of my board members said, when I used to come here with my kids, I kind of endured it. Now that they're older and I come back, I see what the value is to being in a space like this. But we've been seeing that trend for a while of dads and flying solo with multiple kids. So and they need support because just like Matt said, to discover and figure out, oh my gosh, there's somebody else going through this. It just makes everything better. And we do need to encourage and support our dads. So.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you guys both coming in. Matt,
thank you for having me.
If anyone wants to go join Matt, of course, there's still room, always.
Plenty of room.
And plenty of room. They continue to want to grow. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.